I welcome you to the 2024 Teacher of the Year ceremony. My name is Dr. Nicole Roundtree, and I would like to extend a hearty welcome to each of you. We are here to celebrate the men and women who have dedicated their time, gifts, and talents to the children of Portsmouth Public Schools. We will now have the Pledge of Allegiance led by Dr. Camilla Farabee, Coordinator of Data Analysis and Support.
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. You may be seated.
Mrs. Tanisha Norvell, Senior Supervisor of Special Education, will now come to the stage to acknowledge our special guest, followed by our Chairman of the School Board, Dr. Cardell Patillo.
Good evening. Again, I would like, as Dr. Roundtree said, to recognize our school board members and city council members. And so we have with us our mayor, Mr. Shannon Glover, Councilwoman Lisa Lucas-Burke, Councilman-elect Mark Hugel, and we have our school board chairman, Dr. Cardell Patillo. School board member Tamara Shoemate. School board member Costello Williams. Vice Chair Lakeisha Clue Atkinson. And we have our superintendent, Dr. Eli Bracy III. And will all of Dr. Bracy's cabinet members please stand? All right. Hopefully I didn't miss anyone. I went by my cheat sheet. Okay, thank you.
Good evening. This is a celebration. Good evening. A good education can change anyone, but a great teacher can change anything. On behalf of the Portsmouth City School Board, I bring greetings to you I'm honored to stand before you to recognize who I believe are some of the greatest assets that the city of Portsmouth possesses at this time. That is our teachers. Every time I get a chance to acknowledge educators, I'm reminded of being a young child in Portsmouth Public Schools. I always remember my first crush. I was about 7 years old. And she had some of the prettiest eyes you ever want to see. Smile that would light up the whole classroom. She was about 5'6", 5'7", and she was my second grade teacher, Miss Southall. Teachers are so amazing. Not only do you carry out daily instruction, but I mean, many of us can acknowledge that teachers have to be everything to all students sometimes. They're your social workers, your counselors, sometimes your medical professionals, sometimes marriage counselors to the parents. We could never pay you what you deserve, but we could take moments like this to honor you every chance that we get. There's a quote that says, "Better than 1,000 years of study is one day with a good teacher." I want to say thank you all for being better than 1,000 days of study. Every day you walk into those classrooms, you change lives. We can never repay you for what you do, but every chance we get, the school board and myself, we honor you. Thank you so much.
We will now have our Teacher of the Year address by our 2023 Teacher of the Year, Ms. Tara Cuffey, followed by our introduction of the 2024 Teachers of the Year from Dr. Michael Cromartie, Chief of Schools. After that, Dr. Camilla Farabee will introduce the 2024 Elementary, Middle, and High School Division winners.
Good evening. Oh, we got to do better than that. Good evening. All right, wonderful. To the school board members, superintendents, administration, and guests, I welcome you on today. And to you, the Teachers of the Year, congratulations. Can we give them a round of applause? Wonderful. This is no small feat. Well, I guess it's my turn to do the address, and it was only a few months ago that I was, literally a few months ago, that I was sitting in those seats. And so even with that, it's the busiest time of the year. I really did want some of my colleagues we were going to play today, but if you know any music teachers, you know that this is one of the busiest times of the year. So I guess that's my shameless plug for you to check out your music department at your school and see what they have going on this holiday season. To the movers and shakers, the teachers in the trenches, to the ones who make the daily sacrifices to show up and get the job done. I suppose my message to you is fairly simple. Thank you. You make this look easy, we make this look easy. And all of us in this room know far too well the sacrifices made in and day out. The late nights that seem to meet the morning sometimes, where we'll just rinse and repeat. Thank you. I was asked a few months ago, if chosen as Teacher of the Year for the district, what would you say? What points would you give, and what advice would you give? Being a young teacher, what could I possibly say to a room full of seasoned and educated and those that make and move those students every single day? So I guess I would say go big, keep showing up, and just breathe. So for me, going big would be stepping outside of your department. Put yourself in other people's shoes. Take a step back and look at the bigger picture, into the intricate role that you play by just being you. Continue to be the bigger person in the face of adversity and difficult situations. And one of my favorite quotes or mottos is always that he would never send his weakest soldiers to battle. So for you, you are sent to battle for a reason. Keep showing up. By just being you and seeing your face, I know I can't walk down the hallway without hearing Miss Coffee, right? So you being Teacher of the Year, I'm sure you feel the same way. Keep showing up, keep being you and doing what you do every single day. Breathe. I know my team tells me once or twice a year, usually around pre-service week when we're setting up the rooms or around holiday time when we're pulling our hair out, just breathe, to take a moment. Even if that means at the end of the day, to close your laptop. It will be there in the morning, and just breathe. Binge on Netflix, eat that ice cream, and just breathe. It is okay. You're here for a reason. Some days that may look like, Yes. So one great leader once told me that leaders don't choose to lead. They're often placed in that role by the actions they take and who they are. So thank you, Teachers of the Year, and again, congratulations.
If we could have one more round of applause for our 2023 Teacher of the Year, Ms. Tara Cuffey. I'm very happy this evening to introduce to you the people you all came out here to see tonight, our 2024 Teachers of the Year. Teachers, yep. Teachers, please stand as your name is called and come forward to receive your award. After you receive your award and take your picture with the division superintendent, you will have your moment in the spotlight, after which you may return to your seat as the next winner is announced. This is your shining moment. We're going to begin with our first school, Brighton Elementary School. Teacher of the Year, Courtney Reed. Ms. Reed is a third grade teacher with 4 years of teaching experience. Courtney Reed. Miss Megan Heath, Churchland Academy Elementary School. Ms. Heath is a third grade teacher with 8 years of experience in public education. Ms. Heath is also an Elementary School Teacher of the Year finalist. Ms. Clarice Edwards, Churchland Elementary School. Ms. Edwards is a special education teacher with 4 years' experience. Miss Jasmine Jackson, Churchland High School. Miss Jackson is a math teacher with 7 years teaching experience. Miss Tamika Taylor, Churchland Preschool. Ms. Taylor is a special education teacher with 15 years teaching experience. Miss Denasia Edwards, Churchland Primary and Intermediate Elementary School. Miss Edwards is a fourth grade teacher with 6 years experience in education. And pardon the announcer, I got a little bit ahead of myself. That won't happen again. I want to introduce proudly Miss Amanda Bell, Churchland Middle School. Sorry about that, Miss Bell. Miss Bell is a science teacher with 7 years teaching experience and is a Middle School Teacher of the Year finalist. Miss Brandy Blunt, Craddock Elementary School. Ms. Blunt is a gifted and talented teacher with 16 years teaching experience. Mr. Lamont Draft, Craddock Middle School. Mr. Draft is an English teacher with 19 years teaching experience. Treva Bradley, Douglas Park Elementary School. Miss Bradley, who has half the city here supporting her tonight, is a school counselor with 4 years of experience. Karen Thompson, Hodges Manor Elementary School. Ms. Thompson is a 5th grade teacher with 6 years teaching experience. Mr. Alfonso Woods, IC Norcom High School. Mr. Woods is a mathematics teacher with 11 years teaching experience and is a High School Teacher of the Year finalist. Miss Tandrika Talbert, Lakeview Elementary School. Ms. Talbot is a first grade teacher with 7 years teaching experience and is an Elementary School Teacher of the Year finalist. Ms. Sharita David, Manor High School. Ms. David is a science teacher with 8 years experience and is a High School Teacher of the Year finalist. Miss Antoinette Colbert, Mount Hermon Preschool Center. Ms. Colbert is a special education teacher with 29 years teaching experience. Ms. Colbert is an Elementary School Teacher of the Year finalist. Ms. Catherine McAllister, Olive Branch Preschool. Ms. McAllister is a special education teacher with 16 years teaching experience. Ms. Deanna Hayes, Parkview Elementary School. Ms. Hayes is a first grade teacher with 4 years teaching experience. One proud husband explaining, "Go ahead, baby." He is symbolically representing husbands across the world tonight. All right. Miss Donna White, Simonsdale Elementary School. Ms. White is a third grade teacher with 22 years experience. Miss Nanika Davis, Victory Elementary School. Ms. Davis is a fourth grade teacher with 13 years teaching experience. Ms. Davis is also an Elementary School Teacher of the Year finalist. Miss Crystal Whitfield Newton, William E. Waters Middle School. Miss Whitfield Newton is a is a science teacher with 7 years teaching experience. Miss Whitfield Newton is also a Middle School Teacher of the Year finalist. Miss Marie Weber, Waterview Elementary School. Miss Weber is a music teacher with 44 years teaching experience. And rounding out this year's class, Miss Megan Webb, West Haven Elementary School. Ms. Webb is an art teacher with 12 years teaching experience. Once again, I present our collective fleet of 2024 Teachers of the Year.
Good evening. Teachers are our students' gateway to success. I am honored to introduce the following teachers. The 2024 Elementary School Teacher of the Year is Ms. Megan Heath of Churchland Academy Elementary School. She is a current third grade teacher, and she has 8 years of experience teaching in Portsmouth Public Schools. I proudly present the 2024 Middle School Teacher of the Year from Churchland Middle School, Miss Amanda Bell. Amanda is a physical science teacher with 7 years experience teaching in Portsmouth Public Schools. Please come and accept your admirable award. I proudly present the 2024 High School Teacher of the Year from Norcom High School, Mr. Alfonso Woods. Mr. Woods is a current math teacher with 11 years of experience. Please come and receive your prestigious award. These 3 teachers have shown that they are demonstrating daily exceptional qualities in helping our students meet success. Let their talents continue to empower students and colleagues every day. Again, join me in honoring the division winners. Tell them to sit down. Winners, you may be seated after your photograph.
Let's give another round of applause for our division winners. Congratulations. Now, for the moment we all have been waiting for. Dr. Bracy, our division superintendent, will now give his message to the honorees and present our 2024 Division Teacher of the Year. Please welcome him as he comes.
Good evening. This is such a lovely change of pace, celebrating our Teachers of the Year in December. As was already stated, we were gathered in a similar setting just a few months ago. But I have to say that I think this is a better time that we celebrate our illustrious Teachers of the Year. After all, it's the holiday season, and what better present do we have for our community than the men and women in front of me today? Teachers are quite frankly the gift that keeps giving. Your lessons will stay with your students for years in the future, but more importantly, your care, compassion, and kindness change the lives of boys and girls you see each day. Yes, they leave your classroom with new knowledge and new insight, but I would bet almost all of them leave with a new confidence that their teacher believes in them and thinks they can do anything in the world that they put their mind to. So thank you. Thank you for being that consistent voice of encouragement for our children. Thank you for showing up each day and dedicating yourself to this cherished profession. And thank you for your unwavering dedication to the children and families of this city by doing all you can to prepare our students for the best futures possible. Please join me in giving a round of applause for all of you tonight. Thank you. Too far away. So now, it's time that I announce the 2024 Citywide Teacher of the Year. And what was a difficult decision, this is because we have such incredible candidates to choose from. Our Citywide Teacher of the Year has been with the division for more than a decade, and in that time has served in a number of capacities, including working on division-level committees, taking part in collegiate teacher workshops, being an active member of school improvement, as well as school leadership teams. In the classroom, our Teacher of the Year places an emphasis on modeling content, then expecting for student mastery, while also implementing techniques such as kinesthetic learning, where students practice by doing exercises that support a specific learning objective. In the application submitted to the selection committee, our Citywide Teacher of the Year wrote, I envision a challenging yet nurturing and academic learning environment that will ultimately prepare our diverse learners for succeeding socially and academically while aiding them in becoming productive citizens. We make a difference if we are willing to make a monumental commitment to our diverse learners. We must universally commit to setting our content standards high and hold our students to those standards. It is my belief if we show our students that we believe they can, students will try their best to perform those standards. Ladies and gentlemen, tonight we are in a very special place because of our 2024 Portsmouth Public Schools Citywide Teacher of the Year. I see Norcom's own Alfonso Woods.
can remain standing here. Yes, stay right there. All right. Please welcome to the stage the Honorable Shannon E. Glover, Portsmouth City Mayor, to give his proclamation, followed by Ms. Jessica Duran, Chief Human Resources Officer, to give our closing remarks.
Wow. Not only is this the most wonderful time of the year, this is the most wonderful place to be for sure. Before I read the proclamation about this wonderful individual, I just want to share a thought that I truly believe in, and it's a quote that the author is unknown, but I'm sure it was probably a teacher who wrote it. And it simply says that teaching is the one profession that creates all other professions. I want to thank everyone for coming out tonight. I want to thank Dr. Bracy and his leadership team, as well as the Portsmouth School Board, for all of the hard work that they put in and day out to ensure that our children have the resources and the quality professionals to help them to learn and be the best that they can be. This is truly a community effort, and on behalf of the Portsmouth City Council, we are committed to ensuring that education is the #1 priority in the city of Portsmouth as we move forward. Now, for the good part, sir. Whereas the Portsmouth Public Schools Teacher of the Year 2024 is Mr. Alfonso Woods, a Geometry Algebra 2 teacher at IC Norcom High School, who has devoted his time and energy to the teaching profession in our school system. And whereas his 11 years of teaching are marked by dedicated service to the youth of our community, he believes that if teachers show their students that they believe they can, students will try to perform to those standards, and for some students, those standards will be positive and uplifting. Whereas, along with countless professional development activities, Mr. Woods is very involved with the community, serving not only as a teacher, but as a member of the school improvement team, leadership team, data analyst, and a donor at First Baptist Church South Hill Food Bank. And whereas Mr. Woods is a facilitator of knowledge, and as such, he impacts students not only in his specific content area, but offer them lifelong strategies for life, and understands that teachers have to be motivators for student excellence. And whereas, because of his style and values as a teacher, Mr. Woods has earned the admiration and high regard of those with whom he has come into contact with, and the affection of his students and colleagues who are proud to call him a friend. Now, therefore, I, Shannon E. Glover, Mayor of the City of Portsmouth, Virginia, do hereby proclaim December 6, 2022 as Mr. Alfonso Woods Day in Portsmouth. And I urge our citizens, our teachers, and students to join me in honoring this faithful and dedicated educator. In witness whereof, on behalf of the Portsmouth City Council, I have hereunto set my hand and caused the seal of Portsmouth, Virginia, to be affixed this 6th day of December, 2022. Thank you, sir. on, Mr. Woods. Mrs. Woods, you got it. You got it. Yes, ma'am. Absolutely. There you go. Slide over just a little bit. Thank you, ma'am. Thank you, sir. Yes.
Wow. Mr. Mayor, City Council, school board members, IC Norcom friends and family, on behalf of the fantastic staff here at IC Norcom, I accept this award on your behalf. Mr. Malachi, you were there at the start. You took this guy who had spent 30 years in the military. I always wanted to be a teacher, even when I was in the military. And he went back to ODU, got that degree in secondary education, but had not spent one day in the classroom. I appreciate what you did for me. You showed me the way. You were my first. To Dr. Foster and my IC Norcom staff members and colleagues, thank you for being patient with me. Dr. Furby, Mr. Wilson, for showing me the way. Again, when I got into this teaching profession, just like in the military, you know, when you come into a new command, you do a lot of listening and not much talking. And I found that to be positive, Mr. Mayor. You know what I'm talking about. You do a lot of listening. Dr. Furby, ma'am, you tough. You showed me the way, and I know how data drives teaching, and you showed me the way, and I appreciate that. So with that, I won't be long with you, but thank you, and on behalf of the IC Norcom staff, I accept this award on your behalf, and thank you, and go IC Norcom Greyhounds.
I can't imagine the loud celebration that'll be happening tonight from all the Greyhounds. Before we close out, I have a few closing remarks, but I want to say, before I forget, after we finish, will all of the Teachers of the Year please report to the stage to take a group photo? Okay, so before you get with your families and start to celebrate, please report to the stage so that we can take a group photo. I would like to thank everyone for coming out tonight to celebrate our Teachers of the Year, especially the families, friends, and supporters that have allowed these teachers to be great. Let's give them a round of applause. In addition to you all, I would like to thank the Portsmouth Public Schools Department of Human Resources for hosting this event. Also, the honorable members of the City Council, as well as the school board and the superintendent's leadership cabinet. Liskey Printing and Channel 47 PSET, the Communications Department, IC Norcom for hosting, Something to Remember, the ROTC, and the Manor High School Catering Department. I want to encourage the Teachers of the Year to remember the impact that you make and never minimize the differences that you have imparted in the lives of children. I have a short little poem that I'd like to share before we close, and it says, "The difference I make today might not show up for years, might not make me rich or famous, might not get me glory or cheers, but the difference will live forever, will be passed on into the wild, because the difference I make in the world today will be in the heart of a child." Thank you for your work. Good night.